hold on. Here we go. That was one shot. One shot, 3 kills. That's unbelievable from Chronicle. And that's what you like to see from a team. Patatech should take some notes.
I do feel incredibly bad for them though, because it's like you're
Fnatic though opt to pick the Ascent. They are 1-3 on this map in stage.
Alpha's playing Sage. It's a Paper X.
Oh, he's going up into the window as the exec comes through. Kayak already dropped, and here's Alpha's opportunity. He's being spotted, still manages to find one. He's pulling them back into this. Opening pick for RRQ, but an immediate response from Fnatic.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to break back in. That double entry's huge.
Could get them back through. Chronicle's just got his flashback online. There's the shot from Jemkin though. Crashies, who is desperately low, is down. And it's the 2 players in Boathouse who have to pull this off. Chronicle with a pistol in hand. It might not be the classic. Side for utility, they will go. Just the problem, a lot of reactive util in play for RRQ. It's making it a bit of a headache for Fnatic. And with that extra time bought, rotation through from Jemkin, mid fully secured, and Fnatic are going to go for this late control. Alphair wants to push deep into the spawn. He's got a guy on the rotate trying to cut it off, and he'll grab one. That's the res online, but Crashy's double, and Boaster clearing out the rest of the site.
For RRQ, but...
Well, that's it, right? Obviously, we're on board at Alpha for this cross kill, but it's on the site when Crashies is able to find a double in quick succession. Those players on Boathouse trying to trade out.
Expecting that aggression to come in. Early TP just to try and clear out Switch, the run in. Kayak's already gone down. Smoke going to be thrown back out to try and delay them that a little bit further, but it feels like now Fnatic are a little bit more committed. Boaster has made that move eventually, but is the only one out. They're still just trying to get through this choke point. This is what I'm talking about. He's going to try and get aggressive, try and be surprising. They already know where he is. That surprise factor is gone.
Alpha, though, still manages to land a shot. They know where Chronicle is. That was the problem. It's down to the low HP player. He's healed himself slightly. He'll survive a shot, but not to the head. Cushy puts him in the ground.
For the side of RRQ, but this is sort of the issue I'm talking about. Like, a lot of the time you're going to see double, or in some cases even triple initiator on this map. It allows you to get through those choke points a little bit easier. Already said defense normally better. And what a Hunter's Fury pop. Chronicle's dead to rights. Nice start, in fact. Another tag to be had as well. Top, same wall, getting ready to go, but they should be aware of this. Jemkin also holding the line into middle. Fnatic starting to fall flat once again. It's only really Alphia who's done anything, and well, Kayak now with 14 seconds, 4 players to find, and guess what? RRQ are not going to be peeking.
Position with the Teho that is now getting into Fnatic's head. You can't pop that res because the ult can come through, and even after the ult's been put in, you're worried about the salvo. Crashies is going out running backwards to take down a camera. Xvero giving the freest fights of his life. The paranoia to clear that backside beat. We've already seen the impact from Kayak, but so passive are RRQ. They tried to disrupt the plant. They won't find it. Chronicle lands a double Boaster on the frenzy. Hold on. This is looking very winnable for Fnatic all of a sudden. And Xvero falls quickly.
Steel Garden is actually really impactful. It was completely meaningless. It's just Chronicle hitting a lovely couple of shots, and then I think he even tags up the next player, which the spam, yeah, helps out Boaster. So I spoke about the potential of championship.
Round down, they're on the B site this time, completely trapped in. This is a problem. Cushy, he's going to have a swarm of locusts descending upon him. But his weapon is back up, the flash catches, but Cushy, good for 1, good for 2! Against all odds on the backside. He was caught by the Steel Garden. But he's the one drawing blood till Chronicle.
Actually says that Hunter's Fury, but using it might be difficult. Nice shock dart, but even still a couple. Well, now overtakes Jemkin. He's 11-3 right now. And really overshadows the job that was done by Cushy. The fact is, he was left as sort of the anchor so that they couldn't do that again. He did phenomenal work. 2 kills from the backside. Relatively low, but this is starting to look very rough indeed.
Oh, Jemkin, there we go. Covering this cross. And eventually that fight is going to be forced out. Crashies, but it's more importantly Alphair with the spike. What? He's got 2! Alpha walls up, pops the res, uses it as a bait for another, but Xvero delivers. And a 2 versus 2. Spike will be reclaimed, but look at Munyet.
Giving his position away. Clearly aware of the potential paranoia to re-swing, but he's not won the fight win, but it will come down to the timing. If he can find a gap, find some space, maybe there's an opportunity down to just 10. Facing off, and he has managed it!
And it could have been as we go into the halftime. They are trailing by 2. I love the slowdown. The slow-mo on the voice lines, but that looked like it was done.
One enemy
a big
remaining.
swing from Alpha. He was on fire, but xFaroh extinguished hope.
It is much, much harder.
Oh, Fnatic! They're giving them a taste of their own medicine! It's under their belt, which ultimately, in a 7-5 half, the pistol was what made the difference.
Yeah. I think it'd be a bit more damning. What?
All right.
Okay, that's going to help them out a little bit. A full blind shot for one of their players. Monyet's found another. You mentioned him, and he's come alive, and it's starting to get a little bit dangerous. A fight that could change it, but it's the jumping.
RRQ getting a little taste of the UAE chant that we know from the EMEA arena. It's a wild idea as well to do exactly what your opponents put into play, and we've seen this from Fnatic before.
I'm a gardener. I got flowers and shit.
That's going to buy that additional little bit of extra time, but they are swarming in. A lot of pressure put onto Chronicle! What's that? Give the opportunity
Give him the
for
ace.
this man to get the ace, and he will get it. Chronicle. Yeah, I'm going to need it slow.
Enemy remaining.
I still don't know.
Hold on. Here we go. That was one
I think
shot.
it was one.
One shot, 3 kills. That's unbelievable from Chronicle. And that's what you like to see from a team. Patatech should take some notes.
I do feel incredibly bad for them though, because it's like
Your bell's ringing. Fnatic know the hits coming in with that paranoia having landed. Kayak doesn't find much. A quieter performance continues. We look for another hero on this side. Alfier grabs some info, but swings into heavy traffic. Boaster isolated. He'll be taken down after one. Chronicle and Crashies. Okay, that shock dart makes it doable. Now they can go for this. And with Crazy Guy taking a fight alone, he's giving them a real chance. Blinded up. It's going down below. Oh, it's going up top. Okay, they're clearing it. Now looking to fight together with the reveal. They've seen one, they've seen the other, but xFaroh lands the shot. And it's all onto Crashies. The drop down should be deadly. A double swing, but xFaroh gets ahead of the play. Crashies running out of time, but he'll catch Monyet.
Perfect on the swing, but I think maybe just a little bit of miscommunication. This shock dart was huge, because as you said, this was going into a 2 versus 4. Instead, it ends up with one immediately slowly breaking their way through this utility. Information will be had that there's 2 players around this position. Steel Garden thrown in to try and remove that weaponry, but Jemkin may be already doing enough. 30 seconds left on the clock, and
30 seconds.
oh, there's nobody here anymore, at least with the weaponry. And this hold into mid, it could be a problem. That's a spike down.
Mid.
They need to run back into the hands of Chronicle. He's waiting, but he can't quite win the fight.
But I mean, you look at the TP from Monyet, the fact that he goes from the shadows, the fact that Jamkin's able to make his way all the way onto that side through market to spot those players in the first place. Those are the guys who would be running down mid to pressure these.
Rough game. They could definitely use him helping them out, and with the Hunter's Fury in combination, that creates a distraction. That's the spike on the deck. 15 seconds left. This one's looking a little bit more rushed. They need to get a move on. And Alfier and Chronicle at the back of this site. All they need to do is hold the line at least a few seconds, and in fact, they've already got the Thorns to do that job for them. Fnatic find their form, and of course...
Well, first of all, 2 points. First of all, you're playing a slow round against Fnatic. They know how to play against slow rounds.
This is a player we expect to have large amounts of impact. Speaking of another, though, that's a nice shot.
Kayak's in a good spot. Monyet crosses over, but he's now seeing Chronicle, and Kayak lands the headshot. And RRQ need to tighten up the ship. They also need a pick, and that's what Jemkin gives them. Cushy following up as well. Now a 2v2, but the res will be used. Fnatic not looking to let this round slip just yet. The flash pops, and I love the Thorns to the back, but they don't get activated, and Cushy continues to deliver on the backside. Boaster landing one, leaves Cushy alone, but it's a 1v1, and with Boaster so desperately low, and the clock draining, it's Cushy to find all 5. Going for this. Oh, well, it's no longer a decision, no debate.
Risk it, but eventually jumps through, but doesn't realize maybe there's somebody on the other side. They will now, and even going to trade it out. The TP used as bait. Monye to try and keep them in the map, and he cannot do it. Althea standing once again. A third kill in the round, and well, eventually, Fnatic, they got the job done.
They love running Breach on it still, the double initiator. They love playing the Astra on it.
Their sweaty little lineups. There's a paranoia just to kind of keep Jemkin safe in the corner. It does mean they know he's there. Crashy's able to clear already. Potential, but it's just going to be the firefights for Crazy Guy, but it's worked out. One found already within the smoke is Chronicle. He's trying to continue from before, and immediately it's going to land himself another shot. It's whether or not he has enough time. He does not.
Map, and now the Sheriff here, but 0.31 of a second stands between them and success. And this, as you said, was the difference maker. When you look back on the previous map, they won. Fnatic won by 3 rounds, and they got a 4-0 start in terms of those pistols and follow-ups. This utility come through from Althea. Do you stick around? Do you look for the fight, or do you simply back off? And it looks like he's made the right call. And Crashies, he didn't think he needed a fallback.
Jeez. To the side of Fnatic, but getting back into the site is going to be a difficult one. They're still going for it. They're still trying to make that space. Kayaks actually won the opener. That's not a bad way to find themselves back into the round, but it's this late wraparound from Mumya that could cause them problems. The fight on the site actually going the way of Fnatic, and an old school cam and the spike is going to be a nasty surprise. It means once again they haven't been able to get on it. Have they heard Monye? No, they haven't, but he's going to be caught.
Early round, they realize he's been missing for a little bit too long. It's a drone sent up top, but it wasn't even the tag, it was just a wild spray through. Guesstimating Crashy's path out of there. It's Fnatic. We'll have to now wait. They've got so much util for the retake, but that clock is going to run low by the time they can use it.
Well, it has been running low every single time. Monye faking out the idea, and well, Cushy's just swung into them. He knew where they were. That's messy though. Both of them have somehow managed to find 3. This round was looking done, but it's left all on to Monye. He's been revealed. They know where he is, but he wants to take that fight.
It's straight through the smoke. Even the second, he was lucky to survive. Dribble will catch it from his POV, but there were a lot of shots fired his way. It looked done. One through the smoke, another player whips, and then the reveal is there to take Cushy. A good job that that reveal went out just before Crashies went down.
Hello, bro. Monye, hello. How you think, brother?
He's taking a lot of control. And RRQ hasten their pace as a response. Straight through mid. There's 2 players quite passive on this B site, ready for the fight. Crashies slowing down the players in mid, making a bit of an accordion effect. This is leaving more isolated battles. Althea dies after just 1 though.
Of a face, they don't want to get aggressive. They are giving the time for Monye to make potentially the play of the round. He's watching everybody. It's a little bit messy, but he'll still get the one. Not quite as much as he would have hoped for, but the rest of the players have still been just waiting patiently. Cushy again, swinging from the same angle! And this guy has been unstoppable from that spot. The match.
It really has a perfect storm of parity here on the server. But Cushy,
this is spot.
Every time you see him there, he's here. It's going to be the exact same round, minus the null command. They've lost 1 to Chronicle. That rolling thunder will be put through. It almost sent Monye off the map, and instead it sent him into the waiting arms of Chronicle. Alpha got the better of Xfero last time, but this time it's revenge. You can see Boaster getting his rifle out. It looked like a little late, but he'll end up equalizing things.
He's now started to claim some control. Perfect positioning, but it's a little bit labored. It's given an opportunity. Crazy Guy's been able to get out of the grab well. Because of that, he gets that early fight. Started to realize that he has to be coming in from behind. The tap on the spike reveals his opponent's position. But the clock is in his favor. Boaster, though, will just about be able to take it.
I think that's going to put so much pressure on Boaster. The fact that he goes for the tap, not trying to bait out the ultimate instead, trying to bait out the player. It was a great read. But this guy would still be sticking around up close. Fnatic group up here. 4 players moving into heaven, but RRQ want to take the fight to them. Boaster and Chronicle, though, good for the duel. In goes the Hunter's Fury. It's a narrow laneway. Doesn't land for more than the 1, though. 4 versus 3. Oh, Monye! He's just delivered a double. Managed to find them, fall back, and then the trap on the other side reveals one of the last players, Boaster, the one that was unknown. Alpha will be caught by Crazy Guy in the 1v1.
That will be the lead pick back up. We mentioned it, that it was a close first half in the last map, and the pistol was what made the difference. It seems like it might end up being the case again. Of course, RRQ were the ones to take it in this one. Oh, it's almost an early pick. Kayak eventually will find one, but he's traded out by Kushi again. He seems to love this B site. xFaroe definitely still waiting. And actually, he's in the perfect position. Now they try and split back through. They'll be able to deal with him. And in fact, Boaster's caught a couple. One of the remaining players incredibly low, but they need to get this plant in. And Boaster holding the line.
A six chambered up against him, and it's Boaster to deliver his fourth of the round.
Their old composition where they had that double duelist, a lot of the time they would leave him behind as this hard lurk if he's setting up utility from afar and basically not allowing you to push across the map. This, though, was a different story. He completely took the A site on his own and then ended up clearing out the players as they went to rotate.
Bit aggressive, keeps some control.
Oh, nice
the Cam has spotted them. They know exactly where to fight. RRQ have all the info. They're putting the pieces together, and it's Fnatic coming crumbling down. That late Cam from xFaroe has given them a chance, but he can't convert. It's Boaster to save the round with the Red Bull clutch.
Talking about his utility, not so much just the raw individual aim. Well, that was incredibly messy.
He's settled. This player starts to fall.
Hey!
He's got one up top. That's another rifle. This is a full buy now! Kayak is double connected, and he's hungry for more.
Back through. This is not going to be easy. Maybe it is. There's a gap. A spot for him to take a fight, but look how passive the remaining players are. Kushi's found another. Making this one interesting for sure. They've dodged themselves that knife, and now already that time being bought, and Boaster and Chronicle combined.
Popping and locking it down there on the stage. Didn't see the same reaction from Chronicle, but I think he's still pretty happy to take this round. And you see the idea there from RRQ. As soon as they tap the spike, they know the knife didn't hit anyone. They have a grab well. We need to push. And they just weren't expecting there to be...
I'm turning into a monster!
Oh my god, bro.
He's going to have a duet with Rihanna soon.
Imagine being the guy on the other side of the stage. So there's not a whole lot to play with in this round, so it might be a chance for him to farm. He already has ult online, but I think the confidence far more valuable for Fnatic at this stage. Their duelist trying to get their way back into the game, and that's exactly what's happening in this one. For the remaining players, can they do any damage? That's not a bad start, but Alfia quick to respond.
Sheriff's individual's going to be relied upon. The Cam already spots Jemkin. The door has to be broken open, and as he fades away, Munyet fades out of the round. Well, Kayak, he's in a lot of trouble. He looks to be in a lot of trouble, in fact. Going down to the spike is the correct play, but now back against the wall. It's been 6 straight rounds for Fnatic. Called in the previous by RRQ. This is what they will have talked about, the rifle round.
They have some of their own, but...
Monyet! Hello, Monyet! Look at me again! Hello! Look at me again, bro! Oh, he's not. He gets scared.
Taking it down on his own.
Well, that is a deep play. The Rolling Thunder catching it for the mid-split. But xFaroe able to survive inside his cage, at least for now. Hunter's Fury not finding its mark. Pressure applied as Jemkin rotates, cut off. Boaster in there with a 3rd kill of the round. This guy's off to a flying start, and it looks like soon to be a finish for the attacking side. A 4th denied, but Chronicle's there for the trade.
The forces the players. We've seen them play on this close B box so many times. So Rolling Thunder forces them in, and that's why Boaster is running it down mid. Because if he knows if he gets in behind them here, they're going to be stunned up and be...
With 5 chances to do it. Kayak's deep dive. They see the cage. Oh, what a shot on a Jemkin!
Trips just blocking off this right-hand side. They're yet to be broken. They now will be, or at least the first one. If anybody's jumping across, Boaster could go flying off the map, but it may not even matter in the end. Only 2 standing. Make that just 1.
Spike planted.
Crazy guy needs a crazy finish, and he will not live to tell the tale. Perfection for Fnatic on that attack side. Not a single round dropped.